I arrived in this country from Kenya in the year 2000. And when I arrived in this country, actually, all I knew about America is what I saw in the movies in Hollywood. So as soon as I landed, I assumed it's going to be instant success. But when I was welcomed in here, I realized that you have to start growing as a newborn baby. My first job was with that CVS pharmacy. So worked there, used to work long hours. I rose through the ranks, became a manager of one of the stores in Washington, D.C. Then after that, one time I was working, one of the weekends I was working in the store, and a young lady showed up that wanted a photograph to be copied. She had gone to several stores and they couldn't, help her. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'll take time and help you. So once I did that, this lady was so impressed. She was thanking me. And one question she asked me is, are you looking for something else to do? So I said, yeah, sure. We're always looking. And that's when she offered me this opportunity for financial services. She kind of introduced me to the opportunity and told me, here is what you need to do. And this financial service opportunity I'm introducing you to is, educating people about life insurance, retirement benefits, IRAs, mortgage protection. Then she told me, now I want to set up a training for you. Given, yes, you have passed the test, but I need to do a field training for you so that you get to know, what to do and how to work in the financial service industry. So as soon as I attended the training, I am this kind of person, when I'm walking in the morning, I always say hello to everybody. So the apartment where I used to live in, there was a gentleman there who used to work there. And I told them, hey, Victor, do you need, I have something I can share with you. Can you stop by my apartment at lunch break? So he came and I started sharing, with him about financial services, living benefits, life insurance. And he's like, man, I've been looking for something like this. At that point, he said, okay, how much is it? And I signed him up for about $200 a month. So when I sent in that paperwork to the insurance company after about 1 week, what happened is my manager called me, or my team leader called me, and he's like, hey, come to the office this evening and we want to honor you. We want to recognize you because you really got a big check, that you received here. So I said, no, why don't you tell me the amount? She's like, no, you want to come here. You have to come here because they wanted to recognize me and acknowledge me for what I did. So when I showed up, lo and behold, the check was for $1,200. This gentleman stopped by my apartment. It was 30 minutes. So 30 minutes of work, and this gentleman was signing all these pieces of papers, and I made $1,200. So I got that $1,200 check. Remember, I was working at CVS Pharmacy. Sometimes as a manager, you're working up to 90 hours a week, and you don't make that much money, So I looked at that, like $1,200 in 35 minutes. That was unbelievable. I was like, is this a really check? I took that check to Bank of America trying to cash it, but I was afraid. I was like, okay, could it be maybe those checks that you receive in the mail that look like really checks and maybe they are scams? But then when the bank cashed that check, I had to keep that money in the house for about a week or 2 weeks. But I kept on going out and talking to people. And eventually I was signing all these people up, and they are like, oh, living benefits, life insurance. That's what we want. That's what we want. So I kept on doing that. And all this money kept on coming. All this money kept on coming. So after about a year of doing this, I quit the CVS pharmacy job and focused on this full time. That freed me the freedom that I got from working. I'm controlling my own schedule, making all this money. After about 3 years, I didn't have to worry about bills, right? Just excited, and the trips, the bonuses, like the idea that every May of the year or June, the companies, they throw a trip for you. All you need to do is show up at the airport and they take over from there. You go to these exotic resorts and you are there for 5-7 days. You don't have to pay a dime. You are treated with royalty. They are thanking you for the business for the families that you protected. So that's why I love this industry. That's why I love this industry, the freedom, the compensation, so that's really one of the reasons I said, you know what, I'm going to stick here. I'm going to keep on grinding. I'm going to keep on protecting families. So that's all I did. At the beginning of this year, 2023, American Classic Agency, man, I'm just so grateful that I've stuck with this agency for the last over 12 years. They honored me with the American Classic Excellence Award. That is for team members that have shown exemplary performance and also have mentored other people, to help them grow in the industry. But at the same time, the profit sharing, the bonuses, the profit sharing they have within American Classic Agency for teamwork, for production, for protecting families, they honored me with $30,000 bonus for the production and the families I protected in 2022. What I looked at, I'm like, at the beginning of this year, 2023, the salary I was making at CVS before I joined this financial service opportunity was like $45,000 a year for a manager, right? That was what they were paying in 2005, 2006, 2007 for a manager. And then you are a manager, you are kind of on salary. So therefore, you are supposed to work for so many hours. Sometimes I would work like 90 hours a week, right? Compare that with just the bonus I received at the beginning of this year, $30,000. Compare that to the $45,000 I was making in a year. So this is a bonus I'm being given in the month of January 2023. But where I came from, CVS Pharmacy, they were paying me $45,000. So in 1 month, I have $30,000. In a year, it's $45,000. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Financial services industry is where to be. And if you have 5 to 10 hours extra in a month, you can do this. So my advice is for folks out there that are looking for an opportunity. First, I would advise you to find a mentor. We have a lot of mentors here at American Classic Agency. It's a company that cares. Now, we have folks that only have a high school diploma. It's not rocket science. We are not in the business of rocket engines, right? So we have folks who have just associate degree. We have even people who have PhDs that have studied. Some of them are scientists. Some of them are chemical engineers. We have all those folks. But they have realized that they need to have an opportunity where they can be able to even supplement their income. You don't need to have a college degree. You don't need to have a PhD to get your insurance license. All you need to do at least be able to read and write and understand the language of English. And that's it. And the test to pass and get your license is multiple choice. And the pass mark is only 70%. Anybody can do this. And the key is to get a mentor. And we have a lot of mentors here at American Classic Agency. All we need to do, you give us a call, you call American Classic Agency, and then we assign you a mentor. We guide you. Nobody's gonna just leave you there. You know, once you come in, we assign you a mentor, and we train you. We teach you how to educate families about financial services out there and get families protected. And you can choose an area to focus on. You can focus on just educating families on final expense programs. If that's an area you are interested in, you can just focus on that. If you want to focus on annuities, doing 401k, all of us, IRAs, Roth IRAs, you can just make that your area, and we focus on that. We'll get you a mentor for that. You can focus on mortgage protection, life insurance, or disability, rental disability programs. Whatever you choose to focus on, at American Classic Agency, we have mentors for you. And we will hold your hand, and our goal is to help you be financially stable.